What's up, my dudes? Wanted to make another one of these common beginner slash intermediate mistakes videos. This one is going to be selecting too many motions per training session. Um, I'm trying to take a minimalist approach to my training so that I can clearly see what is working and what isn't. And part of this is, say, one of the biggest influences on how I think about programming and training would be Dan Green. And one thing you'll notice about how Dan Green trains is there's not many motions per day. It'll be like 4, 3, 4, maybe 5 on an upper body pressing session, but there's not very many motions, but we'll handle a large number of sets per motion. And it kind of like, and there's always exceptions to this rule, but the way I think about it is you're looking at like what are the highest bang for your buck exercises and selecting what you feel to be what is the most effective way to build strength in your quads or strength in your triceps or hypertrophy in your triceps, and handling more sets of that rather than variation for the sake of variation. 6 sets of what you feel to be your most effective tricep exercise is going to be more effective than doing 2 sets of 3 different exercises just for the sake of changing it up. I apply this across the board, across all 3 lifts, whether it be my squat training, my deadlift training, or my bench training. And the only exception to that is going to be on like what I call general days, which are not dedicated to a specific comp lift, but just are like hypertrophy or active recovery or whatever it is for whatever person. But then in that case, I'm going to largely be selecting motions on what beats you up the least rather than what is necessarily the most effective, and change it just for the sake of avoiding overuse injuries and such. There's a lot of things that weigh into what you're selecting as your bang for the buck exercise, because like if something is really great for your triceps but it beats up your elbows, then it's not sustainable. It's not going to be the best choice. You might switch it to a press. You might switch it to higher, like you have to move down the hierarchy of how effective it is, but also doesn't beat you up. The very bottom might be like a rope tricep press down, which doesn't really seem to beat anybody up. Yeah, I hope this was helpful.